So now we are on our topic, that is modern periodic law, and I have told you that this idea of modern periodic law is given by the Henry Moseley, and the idea of formation of the table is first given by the Manley. So he is also called the father of classification, right? So here the discovery of Z, we know that Z is an atomic number and which is equal to the number of protons. So it plays an important role in the classification of the elements in the periodic table, as Z is specific for a specific element. Okay, so in a modern periodic table there are 7 periods which are horizontal rows and 18 groups which are vertical columns, and the configuration of the element also helps so much in the classification of the elements in the table, right? Now we will take an example, like here we are taking example of first group element like lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, and so on. Helena, Nikki, Rapsi, Faryal. I hope you just learned the table in class 10th also. Otherwise you learn it this year. Okay, so here when we do the configuration, then it is a last orbital in which it is a s orbital in which last electron is going, and because these are all same, configuration of all element is same as the last electron is going in a same orbital, so these elements show the similar properties also. So configuration also help us in the configuration in the modern periodic table. Now how many elements in a period can be possible? So according to Bohr-Due theory, that orbital energy order for filling the electron is, that is this is also follows the Avau law, Pauli's law. Okay, so it do not deny all these laws. So here is the configuration, that how elements have their electronic configuration, that is 1s2, 2s2 and so on. And in 1s2 there are so in a period number 1, like here 1s2, there is only 2 elements. In period 2 there are 8 elements. In period 3 there are also 8 elements. In period 4 there are 18. In period 5 there are 18, and in the period 6 and 7 there are 32 elements. Okay, so I write it here also. So first period is the shortest period, and the 6 and 7 period are the longest period, as they contain the maximum number of elements. Now there is a formula to calculate the number of element in a period. So if it is for odd number, then the formula will be n plus 1 by 2 whole square into 2, and if it is for even number, then the formula will be n by 2 plus 1 whole square into 2. So in this way, or with the help of this formula, we can calculate the period. Now what are the merits and demerits of the modern periodic table? So merit is that it gives reason for the periodicity of the elements, because we can see it clearly with the configuration. And second, it simplifies the arrangement of the periodic table by dividing it into 4 blocks, that is S, P, D and F. Now what are the demerits? That is, position of hydrogen is not defined in the table, and second one is that the position of the lanthanides and actinides are also not defined in the table. Now we see that how classification based on the blocks. Now modern periodic table classified into 4 blocks. We know that S, P, D and F. and name of the block is derived from the name of the orbital, because as the last electron goes in the orbital, the name of the block is depend on that pattern. So here suppose these are the s, p, d and f orbital, and we also learn this in the last chapter also, that S contain maximum 2 electron, P maximum 6, D 10 and F 14 electron. Okay, now we will go for the S block. So in S block, group 1 and group 2 are there. So these elements are hydrogen, lithium, sodium, and other elements are also there. Only I just take some idea from the group because it will be so long, that is why, and you can do it yourself also. And it is group 2, beryllium, magnesium and calcium. Now the last electron is going in the same orbital in this group and in this group also it is going in 2s2, 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 and here 1s1, 2s1 and 3s1. So here s1 and here s2. Okay, now general formula for group 1 is ns1 and group 2 is ns2. Now we will go for the p block element. Here group 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 and 18 are there. So it is boron, aluminum, means last electron of this block of element will go in p orbital. Okay, whether it is p1 or p2, p3, p4, p6 or p5, it doesn't matter, but the last electron will go into the p orbital. So all the element will be in the p block. We'll call the p block elements. Okay, and the general formula will be for this ns2 np1, ns2 np2 for this. And here for group 14, general formula ns2 np3, and for this ns2 np4, for this ns2 np5, and for this ns2 np6. Okay, now d block elements, and for d block elements here we see that is scandium, tritium, vanadium, chromium, manganese, iron, cobalt, nickel, copper and zinc. So how many group are there? Group 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. 1 or 2 is for S block, then 13 to 18 is for P block, and for from group 3 to group 12 is for D block elements. Okay, so it will go for the D block element. General formula is, it is something different from the earlier. It is n-1 d1 ns2, n-1 d2 ns2, for group 5 n-1 d3 ns2, for this group 6 n-1 d4 ns2. Okay, so these are the general formula for the D block elements. Okay, now we will do the next topic. Now how can we predict the group period and block from atomic number? We will see that. Okay, so how can we predict the period? First we will understand this. So period is corresponds to the principal quantum number. Okay, so when we do the configuration, then what is the principal quantum number? It will be its period. So we are taking example of sodium with atomic number 11. When we do the configuration, its principal quantum number is 3. So it will be the element of third period. Okay, now how will we identify block? So it corresponds to the type of orbital. So in which orbital the last electron is filled, that will be its block. So again the example is same of sodium. So it is last electron is S block in S orbital, so it will be the element of the S block. Okay, now how we will predict the group? So the group is predicted from number of electron in the valence shell. Okay, so how many electrons are in the valence shell, we can product the group by it. So for S block elements, the formula will be number of the group will equal to number of valence electron directly. For p block element it will be number of group is equal to 2 plus 10 plus number of valence p electrons, and for d block it will be number of group equal to 2 plus number of n minus 1 d electrons. So it is a formula for calculating the group. Okay, so now we will do the IUPAC naming with atomic number more than 100 in the next video. Okay, thank you.